but I truly am honored and privileged to be here with you, to speak with you all this evening, especially given the events of this last month. We have witnessed history once again, and as Israel truly is the navel of our planet Earth, we look to Israel to see the course of human events. Throughout history, the Jewish people have inspired our world with the Jewish faith, with Jewish values, with Jewish culture, with Jewish courage, with Jewish compassion, and with Jewish tenacity. What the Jewish people have achieved through history, what they have contributed to our world, what they have overcome in spite of their very small numbers, in spite of millennia of brutal oppression, is awe-inspiring to the world. It touches my inner soul to think that the modern state of Israel is the literal fulfillment in our lifetime of Ezekiel's prophecy of the valley of dry bones, bones which thousands of years later miraculously came back to life. And think of it, 4,000 years, the very same promised land, 4,000 years, the very same language, 4,000 years, the very same chosen people, all regathered from every nation, tongue, and tribe, again to be fashioned into Israel, the modern miracle that we've witnessed today. And I must say, with all due respect, it is true. Our current administration continues to demand that Israel gives even more and calls on them to concede even more. This is nothing more than foolishness, and in my opinion, suicidal for the state of Israel. But we must recognize there is simply no moral equivalency between a sovereign country like Israel that follows the rule of law and a terrorist organization who uses women and children as human shields and openly celebrates in the streets when a bus filled with innocent Israeli civilians is bombed in the streets of Tel Aviv. You see, Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran are the very epitome of evil, and political correctness must never impede our moral courage to call it for what it is. The mischaracterization of the Arab Spring is better described as an Islamic earthquake or a Sharia ascendancy. Benign autocratic regimes have been replaced today with radical Islamists who support Sharia law. Consider just a few examples in the very tough neighborhood in which Israel tries to survive. In Tunisia, where the so-called Arab Spring or Sharia ascendancy began, rioters stormed the U.S. Embassy. They tore down our flag. They replaced it with the black flag of Al-Qaeda, which flies today. Just last week, the Islamist Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan called Israel a, quote, terrorist state. And he said that they will continue to ride the trolley of democracy until they reach their goal, and then they will get off. All we have to do is listen to what they say. Jordan is under a new pressure from elements of the Muslim Brotherhood who seek to bring down the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan. Lebanon has fallen under the terrorist influence of Hezbollah, and now they become the Lebanese government. In Syria, the Assad regime continues to slaughter innocent men and women and children, but unfortunately the opposition in Syria is like picking one's poison. You either pick a butcher or you pick Al-Qaeda, Muslim Brotherhood. Egypt is now fully controlled by the violent Muslim Brotherhood, a radical Islamist organization with a stated history of threatening the destruction, certain destruction, of the United States and Israel, and has even called on Jerusalem as their capital rather than Cairo.